What's a trip, doggy? Today I'm gonna talk to you guys about, like the streets and getting set up and shit like that, right? I noticed this whenever people are trying to school fools or whoever, ever, like, when they get involved in like street type of lifestyle, a lot of times people see the glamour in that shit. Like, they see the drogas, the hyenas, the feria. And a lot of times what you hear is people say, oh, like you could end up dead, you could end up in prison, paralyzed, all that shit, right? You could end up, yeah, which is true, right? And a lot of times you could get set up. A lot of times you could get set up by enemies, someone real close to you, even family, right? So, which is true, like nobody really says. Sometimes you could even get set up by the, even innocent people could get set up. Like, I'll give you an example. Here's like a little story. Okay, say I'm gonna just make up some names, right? Just to give you guys a scenario. Say Jimmy, right? Jimmy had a mom and dad. Um, they both had good jobs. He never really um, struggled. That fool never really struggled. Had a mom and dad. Both had good jobs. Never lives off of fucking EBT or what. Never lived off food stamps or welfare type of shit. Always had everything handed to him. But he has family. We'll we'll say we'll say Eddie is his family, and he's involved in the streets. Come from a broken home, and really lived that gutter lifestyle. So okay, and they was just say they're cousins. Okay, so like I said, Jimmy's had everything handed to him, and he's pretty much he was spoiled, but he had family that were involved in the streets, so he ends up getting involved in the streets. So, anyways, say they're out there running amok, doing all this, all kinds of shit, causing all kinds of desmadre. So, what ends up happening? Say they go, say they go do a shooting, whether it be a robbery or whatever. Robbery, just fucking, they end up shooting somebody, and they get busted, right? So they get busted, they're busted for a shooting. It was his first time being busted for a shooting, whatever. And like I said, he was spoiled, whatever. So his mom's gonna do anything for her child. You know, she'll do anything. It's like when they say a mother would do anything for the child, even help him hide the body, right? Sometimes they'll set up the innocent. For example, we'll just say Art. You know, he Art is a cat who already lives that life. Was in and out of prison most of his life, and now he's done with that. He's done. He's just kicking back, but he's still kicking it with the homies or whatever. and so he's already done with that shit. So what happens is sometimes his past will come back to haunt him, even though he didn't do something. That his past will always come back to haunt him. For example, okay, they got a couple of cats in there for a shooting. It was just like I said, Jimmy and Eddie. They're in there for a shooting, but like I said, Jimmy's mom will do anything for him, and Eddie just happened to get lucky. So what they're gonna do is, boom, pay somebody, I don't know, like maybe 10 racks to say, hey, it was Art who did the shooting. Just pretty much paying somebody to rat out somebody, but they're not really ratting nobody out because Art had nothing to do with this. But he's kicking it with these people. They're basically like family, right? So they're like family, and she's gonna do anything for her son or whatever. So pays him off, and he so they let the Jimmy and Eddie go, right? Jimmy and Eddie go get cut loose. Now they're putting this guy Art away. So some people that they paid to be rats, they put away a guy for the rest of his life. He's a three striker, you know, and getting busted for shooting, you know. So they're off, you know. That's the type of shit like you can get set up that way. I know this. I see. There's a lot of different ways. Like I said, hyenas, all kinds of shit. They could use in drug if you're a dope fiend. But yeah, that's just one of the setups I wanted to speak on. So that's basically everything I wanted to say. I think I spoke on everything, you know. So like, there's even, like I said, it's setting up the innocent. So it's not always like, you know. Sometimes you get caught doing this shit from doing the stupid shit out there in the streets. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you become a victim, and then sometimes the innocent become victims, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. You know, was it like 24 days till Christmas? Some people ain't gonna really ain't in the holiday spirit because of they lost loved ones. A lot of people lost loved ones because of COVID, you know. But I think that's it for now. To the next one, I'm out.